So this is part 2 of drawing female hairs, and basically we are going to focus on mainly on the graphite pencils and charcoal pencils, different between boy cut hairs and longer hairs differences. So in previous part, as we have discussed, that Katrina Kaif's hair were literally straight up to her shoulders, and literally hairs were literally curling in the ends. So we have discussed those parts. If you haven't seen that video, it is uploaded on my channel, you can check out that also. But for this particular tutorial, we are taking Scarlett Johansson's sketch, and the hairs of Black Widow or Scarlett Johansson's are up to her ear, and it is also a boy cut hair type. I don't know particular hairstyle name, but up to her ear hairs are literally curving. So for that thing, I am using a graphite pencil, and of course we are watching the color, right? So color of hairs of Black Widow are brown, so of course we are going to use a graphite pencils, because if we are going to use a charcoal pencil, it is not going to make a color which we want for a brown color. It is not a complete brown, it will give you a more blackish in color, it will not look like a gray. So of course we are going to use a graphite pencil, or first of all use a 2B pencil or H pencil, or you can also use a mechanical pencil. But mechanical pencil, you should focus that while using mechanical pencil you shouldn't apply so much of pressure, because if you will apply pressure, it will look little bit more darker, and we want a brownish color which is little bit more lighter as compared to black. So of course we are going to use a 2B or H pencil. Just keep on focusing where the direction of hairs are going, and if you are a beginner or intermediate artist, just focus on one box of the grid. Make hairs up to one box or two box max to max. Don't go further 2 or 3 boxes, because while you will make 50 or 100 sketches, after those sketches you will know where the hairs are curving, where the direction of hairs are going, and everything you will know. But at the starting of the point, you don't know where the direction of hairs are going on. Like the Scarlett Johansson sketch, the hairs are literally going left and right and so much of directions, so you will get confused. If you are an intermediate or a beginner artist, you won't know where the volume of hairs are going on, where so much of hairs are. So I will recommend that go for one box at a time, or max to max 2 boxes at a time. So after using a base layer which is 2B or 3B pencil straight hairs, now we are going to blend it using makeup brush or paint brush. Just keep on focusing that while blending, your paintbrush should go downwards, or the direction of the hairs. Your blending or makeup brush shouldn't go further, or like if hairs are going in vertical direction, your blending shouldn't be on horizontal direction. So you have to keep on focusing on these basic things. Now again, after this step, we are going to use a mono eraser to create highlights. As we all know that highlights only creates when light is directly going on some parts of face or hairs or any type of things. So highlights will create more and more texture and more realistic look. So while using mono eraser, you have to keep on focusing that where you are using those mono eraser, because while using mono eraser you can have a flat look also and smaller to smaller look also. And as we all know that hairs are too tiny and so small, so that you have to use a mono eraser in a wise way to create those smaller areas. Now again, we are going to use a 3B or 4B pencil, and keep on upgrading your pencils grades as we want more darker looks. But don't go further 5B or 6B pencils, because those pencils will give you more darker look, and brown color are literally in black and white are more grayish in color, not completely black. So after this thing, we are going to focus on Lisa's sketch, as the Lisa sketch is not much detailed, but the hairs of Lisa are black. So we are going to use a charcoal pencil, and if you don't know how to sharpen your charcoal pencil, I have given a complete tutorial how to sharpen your pencils in an artistic way. You can find out in an I button also. Now after sharpening your pencils, use a hard charcoal pencil, and as the direction of hairs of Lisa's hair are completely straight and vertical, so just make hairs in straight way. Make as hairs as you can make possible, because if you can focus on your hairs also, there are millions of hairs, right? So you have to keep on focusing on this type of smaller to smaller details. So make as hairs as possible. then again use a mono eraser, use blending stump, not blending stump, use makeup brush or paintbrush in a direction of hairs like we have used in Scarlett Johansson hairs also. Now after blending, now finally use mono eraser to create smaller to smaller highlights. Don't apply pressure while using mono eraser because it will create a flat look, and we want smaller to smaller hairs, right? And we want a highlight, we don't want a complete white colors of hairs. Now after using mono eraser, again use soft charcoal pencil for the every parts which you see are completely black or more darker, not completely black also but more darker. So use soft charcoal pencil on those parts and again blend, and again keep on focusing on where darker and lighter parts are, and you should comprehend those parts with whiter hairs and more highlighted hairs. So I will see you in next tutorial. Till then, bye bye. So if you have learned something from this video, subscribe and drop a like and comment down your question and queries regarding this tutorial. Meanwhile, take care of your loved ones too. Have an artistic day. Tattoos.